打开时下任何一个互联网，没有一家不做网络直播这个正夯的功能。但利用网络平台做直播这样的想法，不说你可能不知道，早在18年前，美国德州奥斯汀的这家公司就已经做过了。
We started our live streaming back in 1998. We had a small studio and we did a lot of DJ mixes. So it was both audio and video on the live streaming. I want to say we did around 900 to 1,000 shows altogether. How we did it is we just had a little small server in the closet that was using Real Networks software, and we did the live streaming with that. We had several cameras in the studio. We did mixing, so we mixed visuals along with the DJ performances.
看似铁皮屋的空间里面，这是 Blastro 的总部。没有斗大的招牌，但却是全美独立音乐人制作影音的首选对象。
One of the things we really value at Blastro is the production quality. And I think one of the things that really separates us is that it's a curated set of content, meaning that we go through and we look for content that's been submitted, we look for content that has a really high production value, and that is, I guess, effectively communicating, or it's a weird term for music, but it's effectively conveying the music of the artist, and the production is tell a story to where there's a narrative. Where there's not really a narrative is videos that you might see on a lot of other sites where it's somebody in the crowd holding up a cell phone and the video is kind of shaking from side to side and the audio is all distorted and you can't really hear the music and you can't, in my opinion, you can't appreciate the content for what it is and you kind of lose the narrative.
Blastro 要在人人都可以直播的现在，依旧保持竞争力。除了专业的技术、精准的内容挑选外，最主要的是他们会随着科技的进步、使用者的习惯改变，进而结合不同平台露出内容。
We make the different players for these different technologies to share and reuse as many elements as possible, and then really only do specific things for each platform as needed, because each platform that you write for, you have to maintain. And you can easily get caught into a trap where you develop a bunch of platforms and then you go back to update them because things are moving so quickly. So what we look for now in terms of infrastructure with the vendors that we work for that provide some of the things like our media servers is the ability to serve multiple platforms from sort of one common server element. And one of the best examples of this in the market right now is a company called Wowza that's based out of Colorado. We work very closely with them. They're a great partner. And one of the amazing things about their technology is through one media server, we're able to serve out in different formats to all of these different platforms very easily. So it has not only accelerated development, but also helped with the lifecycle maintenance of the apps.
看得出来 ，Blastro 对于科技与市场的敏锐度都高于其他公司，甚至察觉影片市场已经濒临崩盘的窘境。
First thing when we got started, Blastro got started in 1999, and then there was the .com bust in 2000. So we kept going through that. We knew it would always be video pre-rolls, but it took about 5 years for the advertising industry to kind of recognize the value of internet video and internet video pre-rolls. So that worked pretty good for quite a number of years. So we built our business and grew our business off of internet video pre-rolls. Until recently, the video market has crashed, and but we saw that 5 years ahead of time, and so what we did was we spun out some different companies based out of our technology. One, it was Tour Gigs, which was a concert film and e-commerce company, and then the more recent one is Gigcasters, which is a white label live streaming platform.
不过，直播专业的演唱会背后，相对的必须付出更高的制作成本。在这样的情况下 ，Blastro 又该如何获利，让品牌持续呢？
So paid subscription is, I think, a really good alternative to advertising-based content. You've got some content that they want to watch. How do you get them through the whole workflow process? How do you sort of take e-commerce, which is very well established on the internet, and video streaming, which is also established, and marry those two technologies together and get it to work in a seamless user experience so that they're like, okay, I want to watch that, I pay $15, I get to watch it, everything works great. So how do we kind of go through that whole user experience and workflow? What this made us realize is that you have to kind of touch every point in the pipeline.
有着如此专业的技术 ，Blastro 接手过无数大大小小的音乐活动，连奥斯汀每年3月盛大举办的 South by Southwest 南方音乐节也不例外。而台湾过去也有许多乐团受邀参加，接洽的正是 Blastro。
I've been working with the Taiwan delegations who come here to South by Southwest since 2011. So it started with, we just did some interviews and then some performances, and kind of work really closely now with the delegation that comes over here for South by Southwest, coordinate well with the South by Southwest music group, help put together some panels to kind of get Taiwan music out and known at South by Southwest. I've really enjoyed working with all the Taiwan music delegations here, and it's not so much as my company, but out of my heart and volunteer, I wanted to be kind of the local representative to help them go through, because it's a long way from Taiwan to Austin. It's a huge festival. You get artists from all around the world. You get to see music from all around the world, and I want to be kind of welcomed and friendly here.
在和台湾乐团接触过后，执行长 Rob 认为，台湾音乐在美国打开知名度不无可能，重点是要用对方法。
The Music Star Report is a top 20 chart of the most popular Asian artists based according to the fan engagement in North America. So the artists that have been very successful on the chart are highly engaged on Twitter, and their fans are sharing a lot of videos, of tweets on Twitter. They're also engaged on YouTube as well. And so I think for some of the Taiwan artists, if they want to have an audience in North America, start to get onto Twitter, do engagements on YouTube, and that might start helping influence them in the charts. The other strategy is you want to be able to kind of get creative about approaching North America. For music, the typical tour was you come over and you do concert appearances. Maybe start building the collaborations with brands, dramas, and music together, and bundle those things over to do North American tour appearances. Mandarin music market and the Greater China area is going to start to get hyper competitive. Mainland China is now focused on building up a competitive music industry. You're going to need to have more than just one continental market. I think the advantage that Western artists have held for decades is they've had two continents to market their music. They've had North America and they've had Europe. And I think the time now is for Taiwanese artists to maybe start thinking, we need to get two continents as well, and North America is primed to be a good place to start.
Rob 也提到，美国近年来人口结构改变很快，在美国的华裔大约就有1800万人，所以对台湾音乐人来说，北美市场真的是要慎重考虑发展的地方。
There's some little things about it that I think that are very interesting. Number one is that for the first time in America's history, the school majorities, ethnic majorities, there's no longer those anymore. So there's a lot of opportunities to start reaching from the kindergarten to 12th grades. So you're talking, 10 to 18-year-olds, start reaching them in the U.S. And they're going to influence their friends. And the school, because the schools are changing, there's not a dominant culture anymore. So there's opportunities from artists from Asia to start to make it here into the United States. Now the other thing is, if you start to take a look at that, there's two places where the kids are. A lot of kids in Texas and a lot of kids in California. There's 11 million school children in just those two states alone. So America's a big place. You don't have to bite it all off at once. You can take it in little bits, and those little bits you could start with Texas and California.
或许在不久的将来，走在美国街上，或是到奥斯汀第6街的餐厅，耳边传来的会是大家耳熟能详的中文歌曲。